It's always that moment when me and Josh are talking like 5, 10 minutes before where we just get caught up on life and we be like, oh, it's actually people waiting for us. Like people are waiting. Okay,
Yeah.
well, somebody has shown up.
Um, Thank y'all so much for once again being here and really leaning into this conversation because I know all of us were at different stages of child. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's important though, and I'm glad we did this, like leaned into it. So Black A stuck at home. So it's over. It's all what is it over 2 years now? Is it over 2 years for Black A stuck at home?
Yeah. We're like 2.5 almost. Yeah. It's
Wow.
wild.
Wow.
How does it feel to still be able to impact the community the way that y'all do? Because it's still popping.
It is. I mean, it's personal, right? So at this point, like I think Michael and I both get different, some overlapping, but also different things out of it because it's not just a community we made for others, it's also our community now. And so we look forward to seeing and talking to the folks that come in every other week. And so it's kind of wild to think that even in like, we're not post-pandemic according, even though folks might think we are. But even as everybody is outside, we are still able to, welcome 150 or so folks every other week into a space to like just be with each other. And that has, I think, been a source of celebration, a source of therapy, a source of like, we take a moment to breathe sometimes in there. Like it's a beautiful space and opportunity to be able to do that. It's a privilege. It's really a privilege at this point.
What say you, Michael?
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing. I think that it still blows my mind. And I know I get on my emotional soapboxes on Black A Stuck at Home, and I really do think that it's a blessing that people still look for us, that they show up on a Friday night, even when the most cities are open, for real open,
Mm-hmm.
but they're still looking to learn the history and the culture and the community of movie. And it really speaks to so much of like how I go into my life of telling people that you don't know how much art influences your life and how we need money for the arts and how during the pandemic everybody was turning to art, whether that
Mm-hmm.
was movies, whether that was TV, music, going back to old like books, different things because we couldn't really go anywhere. So art has this really powerful ability to change people's hearts and minds, and I think through what we screen and what we show, we've been able to kind of tap into that and highlight different sections of our community, of the LGBTQIA plus. But it's just a blessing, and I get overwhelmed at time that like people show up, because it's always that moment when me and Josh are talking like 5, 10 minutes before where we just get caught up on life and we be like, oh, it's actually people waiting for us. Like people are waiting. Okay,
Yeah.
well, somebody has shown up. And to be able to do it, I think I said it last time. I was to be cocktails, but I needed it to unwind. But I think that this is what we're almost at like 60 official screenings, not including the ones that we've done like outside
Mhm.
of it. So to be able to now have this intertwined in my life, and I've got to meet people that walk up to me and be like, "Are you Michael from Black Gay Stuck at Home?" And it's just it's mind blowing. So all of those things matter in that again, we don't work in a vacuum. I think so much of like my work and what I do, it seems to exist in a vacuum because I'm in my room and I'm on this phone a lot of the time, but we're really reaching people through this medium, through technology and giving community and like listening to their stories and hugging them. And yeah, it just, it's a blessing. It's mind blowing. Never thought that we'd be here after all this.
And checking them when they're out of line, because that's what you do when you care about your community.
You
Okay.
set up guardrails.
There you go. There you go.
Our
Correcting with
responsibility is
love.
to rein them in. What is the job?
Yes.
I'll be back there laughing sometimes.
Correcting with love. And because you cultivated this community, I know that you want to pivot and you want to give more. So what is your vision like now? I'm sure you all started out with a vision and it's surpassed that. So what's your vision moving forward for a Black gay stuck at home?
Oh,
Aha.
that's a big question.
Mhm.
I think in an ideal universe, I've said this to Michael before, I'll say it again. In an ideal universe, we would formalize the hell out of this thing. We would figure out how to make this some sort of formal nonprofit situation, and we would quit our jobs and do this full time, because I think that's how much we love being able to do this. And we know Black Gay Stuck at Home is a sliver of something that could be bigger than that. So like, we're actively sort of trying to figure out what are the ways we can do more, but we're also like trying to protect our peace and the ability that we have. Like, we have day jobs like we all do. Like we got, so it's like we had real, I think, ambition to make the passion project of like turn into something that feels like it could be bigger than just like he and I. And so that's a vague way of saying that things are in the works, but like, we're taking it at a pace that feels like we can do it the right way, I guess. Yeah. Michael, you got other
That's
things to
right.
say about that, or did I answer
You
that
know that old
correctly?
school speak. No, I think that it's really for me about this fake sense of balance. I'm gonna stop using this word at some point about balance because I have no balance in my life. And people are like, how do you do all of this, Michael? I don't know, moment by moment. I sleep when I can. But I think that it is something like Josh said that we've been talking about as far as 2023 as we develop programming and develop kind of how we can support um Black queer filmmakers that are making our stories and telling our stories and being able to be a place where they can premiere things and we can do screenings and we can get feedback before it goes wide, and that we are looked at as a platform like any of these major film festivals like Out on Film in Atlanta and New Fest and the one that's out there in LA and some of these, Sundance, all of those things. There's no reason why we can't be on that level with the amount of talent, with the amount of people that come and spend their time with us, and allow us to show their art, their film, and bear their heart to us. So my goal is definitely to take what we do and somehow, as Josh says, formalize it. Shaw 501c3, baby. Hey, it's a lot of work, but the dream is within our reach. So I'm leaving the door open to what that looks like. But I think for me, it's important about being able to somehow either contribute to funding. We don't have no money like that, y'all. So continue to donate, bgsah.com.
Well, it's that transparency that keeps people coming back. And you already dropped the website, but let the people know what other ways they can get in contact with Black Gay Stuck at Home and follow and be a part of the movement.
We are also on all the social media, Instagram and Twitter at _BGSAH. And then on Facebook, we're hanging out at Black Gay Stuck at Home. And yeah, you can find Michael and I individually. We always talking to the folks. So film suggestion, all that kind of good stuff, send it to us. We want to be able to hear from people and what they want.
Listen, very, very cool. So we are going to thank y'all so much for being with us for our first two segments. Me and Sir Daniel always do this thing where we do our weekly catch up. We have to do our weekly catch up. So I think Black Gay Stuck at Home, y'all gonna hang out with us for our catch up. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick 1 minute and we will be back. So hang out with us because we're gonna talk about some more mess, y'all. It's a lot of stuff going on this week. We'll be back in a minute.